You are sleeping and suddenly you wake up to the shattering of glass and realize your house is being broken into. You get out of bed and grab a gun in your nightstand as adrenaline takes over your cognitive functions. You remember to realize that you are going to have to neutralize the threat and fear law enforcement won't arrive in time. As you slowly leave your room, you see the intruder rush towards your daughter's bedroom. You pull the trigger, the shot echoes through the house, and the flash lights up the hallway for a brief second. You hear a low moan, and as you cautiously approach, you see the crumpled outline of the intruder. You think now of all the other options you had at your disposal in ways that you could have averted this outcome. The moral question presents itself: is it ever okay to kill someone? Moral absolutism holds that no matter the circumstances, there are certain morals that must be followed. Oftentimes these morals originate from religious teachings. The complication arises in various scenarios, however, and moral relativists ask us to test the morality of an action or situation solely based on the outcome of an action. In the case mentioned above, moral relativists would say that the act of neutralizing a potentially dangerous intruder was morally correct due to the fact that it was done to protect a household. However, a moral absolutist would argue any form of murder is wrong, and thus the scenario is just as wrong as the actions committed by the serial killer, even though the scenarios are totally different. Moral absolutism is not frequently practiced due to its lack of concern or regard for the costs associated in some circumstances. The legal system also agrees with this point of view and has varying degrees of punishment for the same crime in different cases. If the legal system was morally absolutist, would we even need lawyers to help judge a case from a different perspective? The dilemma is that moral relativism allows for people to do bad things in the name of good intentions, and with moral absolutism, people are deemed bad or sinful for things they did to protect or save others, and thus they violate their morals at times in order to prevent further violations by a perpetrator. Pop culture frequently idealizes the moral relativists with movies like Robin Hood, where the protagonist steals to feed the poor, or any movie where the enemy is put to the sword for the greater good. We cheer on these actions as viewers because we seem to understand that these actions are correct due to the circumstances. However, when we take time to think about it, we must ask ourselves if there is a morally superior way to deal with the problem. In my opinion, we are all morally relativists, whether we admit it or not. We tell white lies to protect or conceal information from others, and often override the moral codes given to us by religion or personal belief when backed against the wall with no other reasonable options.